You know, it's kind of obvious that Don Bluth kicked ass in the 80s. But the 90s... oh boy, the 90s were... There may have been one film that was good. That was actually a decent hit in the 90s for Don Bluth. But for the rest... well, let's talk about that today. We're going to talk about the first film from the 90s for Don Bluth, Rock-a-Doodle. And, of course, if you probably are asking what is Rock-a-Doodle, let's just say we take the story of Elvis Presley and once again see what happens when Elvis Presley went from country style to rock and roll style. Now, of course, I got nothing bad to say about several other actors in this movie. Like, most of them are actually good. But the one person we're going to talk about, the one person who is the worst thing in this whole entire freaking movie is the kid who voices Edmund. So here's what they did. They wound up doing this in parts that have live action parts, and also they did parts in animation, Don Bluth parts. This kid who plays and voices Edmund, oh my god, this kid is awful. If you think Jake Lloyd, if you're still one of those people who hated Jake Lloyd in episode 1 of Phantom Menace, and if you're over Jake Lloyd from Phantom Menace, this kid superly takes the cake from Jake Lloyd. He makes Jake Lloyd, and yes, I will make this reference, look like Haley Joel Osment. No, wait, no, wait. That's not too PC. He makes Jake Lloyd look like the two Fanning sisters. The Fanning sisters, Daryl like, you know who the Fanning sisters are. This is who they are. But good God, is this kid... Oh, my God. This kid is awful. Oh my god, this kid is awful! Holy crap, this kid is awful! Now, if you were to do a cut, if you were to cut this kid out of the whole entire film, I mean the whole entire film, don't even include him, just include the other characters besides him, this movie would actually be okay. But of course this does lead to, well, the best villain, well, actually the best actor for the whole entire film, and that is the late Christopher Plummer, who voices the Duke of Owls. It's Christopher Plummer. What do you expect me not to say? But yeah, despite that, I am going to talk about a lot about the box office. Rock-a-Doodle did so bad that this was Don Bluth's first worst, well, not worse, wasn't as worse, but it didn't do good at the box office. This came out during the exact same year, and I'm telling you, during the exact same year of, if you're wondering what I'm saying, Beauty and the Beast. And this came out, Rock-a-Doodle came out at 1991. The year Beauty and the Beast came out. And of course you got your ass kicked. But this leads to another Don Bluth movie, or another Don Bluth bomb. That is... Thumbelina. It is nice that you got the voice actress who voices Ariel from The Little Mermaid. This is a movie I can't even sit down and watch. I mean, the animation, some of the animation is okay. They do make Thumbelina cute-ish. Well, yeah. They probably model her off of some type of Caucasian lady. But either way, all I can tell you is I can't even sit down and watch this. I mean, I can't even sit down and watch this as a kid. I can't even sit down and watch this at all. That's how dumb and boring it is. Now, I don't mean dumb, like, I just can't even sit and watch this. Like, some of the parts I try to watch, I just can't even get into. I just can't get into this movie. Why? Is it the little boy in me? I don't know. I just don't know. But believe me, any little boy would say that this also bombed at the box office. Yeah. This bombed and being released on the exact same year of, well, my favorite movie of all time, Lion King. But it's not just that. It's just the fact that I'm just scraping the surface even more. Because, tell you the truth, this wasn't the only movie that got released that particular year. What got released that year is... oh my god. The worst Don Bluth movie of all time. And I mean, it's even worse than Thumbelina. It's even worse than Rockadoodle. The worst Don Bluth movie of all time is, not even in the drum roll, I'm just gonna come out and say it, A Troll in Central Park. A Troll in Central Park has got to be Don Bluth's worst creation he has ever brought in this world. Bluth himself even felt more embarrassed about this. And the box office, honey, people, all of you, do not even get me started with the box office with this. Don't even get me even closely started with the box office with this. This didn't even make it to, I'm gonna come out and say it, this didn't even come up to $1 million. Not even $1 million it made at the box office. It made less than $1 million. You're probably saying it made less than $1 million? Wow! Unbelievable. Now, if you thought the remake of The Crow, you know, didn't even make it close to $50 million, this would be one of the #1 bombs. The music, and this was actually the last time that Don DeLuise was in a Don Bluth movie. Well, original Don Bluth movie. I can't tell you how bad A Troll in Central Park is. This isn't just not for a 6-year-old. This is for your little 3-year-old, your little toddler who's still or the little toddler who's sucking their thumb like, I don't want this. Can we watch something else? Like, believe it or not, this is definitely for babies. But the music, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started with the music. Absolutely green. I could say a part of me does.
You say you like this, I'm gonna shoot you at your big ass forehead.
I'm gonna say, yeah, this song sucks. You want me to say the song sucks? All I can just tell you is, oh boy, the villains, the whole the kids, I got nothing against the kids. They're just kid actors. It's just that the whole thing, it just seems like, well, it just seems like it's just for little kids who, it just seems like this is a movie that talks down the kids. But how I want movies to do, talk up the kids, basically. I don't want kids to be talked down to. I want kids to be talked up to. And that's it. But this is even worse than going woke. This is just basically just treating kids like they are just plain dumb. Plain dumb. And I don't like that. But either way, this goes into, well, another Don Bluth movie the next year, The Pebble and the Penguin. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is actually the one bomb I don't hate that much. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not a big Martin Short fan. I mean the actual actor named Martin Short. I'm not a big fan of him, but believe me, he was around a lot in the 90's. I mean, a lot in the 90's. But as annoying as Martin Short was in the 90's, I actually can't relate to his character in this movie, or I can just kind of relate to this movie in that sort of way. Is it great? No. Could I call it a guilty pleasure? Unfortunately, yes. But either way, 3 films after one year and then in the same year. Yeah, this is one film that Don Bluth said to themselves, don't credit me in this. I did this movie, but don't credit me in this. So pretty much Don Bluth and also his co-director, they just didn't want to be credited in this movie. But now let's talk about the one film that actually did good in the 90's. Well, it did good, just plain okay good. But now you want me to say, did it do good or did it do okay? It did good. And that is the film Anastasia. No, not Anastasia Steele from 50 Shades of Grey franchise. I'm talking about the film Anastasia. The one film that's about those of you who've done your history, you know that this is the one, the famous family in Europe are mostly known for having women, pose as Anastasia to get the throne. Now, yeah, if you did do your history, it's all about a girl who was separated or a girl who, there's a lot of stories. There's tons of stories about Anastasia and the family that she's related to. Now, was she some mentally girl who wanted the throne? Was the family, or everybody in the family killed? I'm not here to talk about that. If you want to do your research or watch other reviews, definitely check those out. They'll explain more and go into full detail about that. But yeah, this is about, the Duchess, voiced by the great late I'm missing lots of words of that, but either way, I can't really say this is my favorite one. I don't watch this one rarely, but I do know it has one particular person who you might notice in this film, and that is Christopher Lloyd's character who plays the villain. Yes. Anything with Christopher Lloyd in it, it's good. But him playing the bad guy and also the little bat thing, yeah, that somehow his albino bat sidekick got his own movie for some strange reason. I don't know about that, but I can care less about it. But all I can just tell you is Anastasia did perfectly good at the box office, and it was a huge hit, and it was produced by 20th Century Fox during the time after they got bought by Disney. So for some strange reason, if you go on Disney Plus, it's also on Disney Plus for some strange reason also. Yeah. But now we come to the final end, the Don Bluth's movies, and that is the one film that totally bombed, that got also written by the now hated Josh Whedon. Titan AE. This I did watch at theaters. I do watch this time to time because, as you obviously know, I'm a big sci-fi fan. But all I can just tell you, this is not my favorite movie of all time. Why do I have the DVD? Well, if you were to watch the special features, it has some Fox Kids bumpers, and Fox Kids did produce this, during the time of 2000. So all I can just tell you is I did watch this. I didn't really love it that much, but I found it mildly okay. Was it great? No. Was it good? No. Was it passable? Anyways, let's just get on the topic. This superior alien race called the Dreads. I mean, it's just this super alien race that somehow wants to destroy all human race, or just destroy the Titan. And the Titan is basically this thing that they want to try and find and destroy that can somehow bring back Earth. Which I'm also saying, if you want to destroy Earth, why couldn't you just destroy the Titan? And also, why can't you find the Titan in the first place? Like, the thing is so bulky. It's like, it's a bulky ass piece of spacecraft. How can you not find that? And also, how could they be able to not find it? Always they say, we need the ring to get us to where we're trying to get to. It's like, so if you destroyed Earth, why couldn't you find a way to find a thing that can bring Earth back? I don't understand this. The voice acting is not great. Some of them, it's good. Like, you have the voice of Timon playing the alien bad guy, who obviously is the alien bad guy. And of course, that's basically it. But all I can just tell you is Titan AE is not my favorite of Don Bluth's work. Do I watch it time to time? Yeah. But most of the time when I'm on my computer, I'm watching it, or just taking some glimpses at it, basically. But all I can just tell you is this didn't do good at the box office either. Anastasia did great at the box office, but this did a lot worse than Anastasia. Why? Because this is during the time of the the 2000s era. What was getting bigger in the late 90s? You guessed right. CGI. CGI was getting great in the 90s. So great to the point of the fact that what's the point of hand-drawn animation in the first place? Now, yes, when it came to films like Iron Giant, Disney's films, what's it called? Atlantis. But certain films like Pixar, like Bug's Life and Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 proved that 3D animation makes more money. So most people who thought 2D animation was going to be the dominant thing, well, 3D or CGI animation, let's just call it that, that makes more money. A lot more money. Now, of course, today, you know, Bluth, he's not making as much, but he has planned on making one of the games that he did back in the 80s, a film, and it's set to star Ryan Reynolds, and that is Dragon's Lair. But yeah, what can I say for the guy who literally could have beat Disney, and the way how Disney is today, I think he would totally wipe the floor of Disney today. Because one, I don't think Don Bluth believes in being woke. If Don Bluth does make a movie, please make it as soon as possible. Because we do want to see you come back. We do want to see your great animation come back. Your great scary animation come back. Because literally, all I can just tell you, Don Bluth, we do miss you and we do want to see more of you. But don't make more 90s like films. Troll at Central Park, Rockadoodle, Thumbelina, Titan AE. Don't make those films ever again. Now, of course, 2D animation is coming back these days in anime form. Of course, I'm talking about My Hero Academia movie that's out. But I just want to tell you guys, someone who was almost beating Disney at their own game could have gone far. Much, much, very far. Goddamn CGI animation. But either way, Don Bluth will always be remembered as the king of the 80s, or as the guy who was beating Disney in the 80s. So with that being said, guys, that ends today's video. I know I did a huge number for right now, but right now I need to get some water and I need to get some meat. So that being said, Vertical Spy, out.
Yo, Steve Bloom here, voice of Spike Spiegel. Remember to subscribe and get vertical.